there in TV land. It's PP and Jokes Comedy Spotlight number 11 with Joel Fragomeni.
Hello.
Woo-hoo. Did I say that right? Is that Italian?
Fragomeni, very much so.
What's your middle name?
It's actually Patrick, which
Joel
is not Italian. But
you know what? That is Bill Bouchard's middle name, too.
it might be.
We
Yeah,
found that out last week.
But he's actually an Irish guy, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's probably some Irish in my mom's side of the family.
Patrick's so Irish.
They
Or
were
like Butch Patrick. Wasn't he on the Addams Family? No. The Munsters.
Yeah, it was Eddie Munster.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Munster.
In case we need to know, the date is April 12th, 2026.
April?
It's
May.
May. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. Paula.
Paula's screwing up.
Oh, my God.
May 12th.
Just typing away. Oh, time traveling. All right. Well, I like to start the show with this or that.
Okay.
And we learn about you.
Sure.
Bagel or English muffin?
Bagel.
Oh.
So he's Jewish, too.
Even those what's those English muffins with the nooks and crannies where all the butter goes in?
Yeah, those are good too. Let's look at me. I'm not turning either of them down.
Okay,
but if you had them both sitting there, I'd probably
the bagel.
have the bagel, put some peanut butter on it. That's probably what I do.
Smear
That's a
of-
good
well, that
peanut
leads
butter.
me to
Okay,
another
let's
one of
go.
my questions.
All right.
Crunchy or smooth?
Depends probably smooth, but it depends what you're doing with it.
Ooh.
What would warrant crunchy? I'm gonna circle.
Ice cream?
Ice cream?
You ever try that?
No.
If you make like a little ice cream sundae, crunchy peanut butter, a little hot fudge, vanilla ice cream.
Ooh, that sounds
pretty good.
What about
Pretty.
with chocolate?
You can do you have hot
be
fudge.
like a
or you can do
Reese's.
chocolate. Yeah, but you just it's
Ooh,
nice.
We just
Mix it
learned
all
something.
together. Well, listen, I'm
Good. Another
Follow
one.
like I
Joel
said,
for
look
more-
at me.
Follow Joel for more cooking tips. Well, I like to put like Rice Krispies on my ice cream.
Sure, yeah.
God, I'm
anything.
boring.
cho-
I
what do you
cream
do?
is-
just chocolate.
Yeah.
That's all I eat, too, is chocolate.
Well, chocolate ice cream's great too,
I
but you
know.
make your own. Make it
Yeah.
as
I
rich
will
as you
try
want.
that.
Crunchy peanut butter, hot fudge, whatever.
I've
Man,
been
that
desperate enough
sounds
where I've
good.
taken cocoa powder, like to make hot cocoa with. Like I don't have any chocolate sauce, you put the powder on. Okay. Camper or hotel?
Hotel.
You're not a camper guy?
I've stayed in campers. I would never want my own camper.
No.
So I'm not buying one. I'm not looking to drive one around. I don't mind them. I don't mind camping as a thing, but yeah, I'd rather have a hotel.
Yeah.
I know. I want someone else to do the work.
Yeah.
And you go camping, you're still like cleaning up and cooking
yeah.
and all that.
I love camp. I camped by myself last year.
I know.
Did you really? Okay, that's cool, I guess.
So what about you, Peg? Camper or hotel?
Well, probably hotel. But you see more camping, I think. And you
Couldn't keep a
experience it.
secret. That hotel everybody. Ever hear that?
No.
Hotel everybody. Okay. Okay. Snowman or sandcastle?
I guess probably just for the weather alone, sandcastle.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made more snowmen than sandcastles probably because we live where we live.
Yes.
But, I mean, I guess we have a lake. I don't,
Yeah.
But I can't make a sandcastle now
Why?
at my age. Because they're going to look at, what is this guy doing? What is he?
He's trying to train
What is
kids.
he? Yeah, they'll
on the
report
beach.
me for making a sandcastle.
looking up ladies' skirts when they walk by.
Sandcastle?
All right. Great Dane or Chihuahua?
Chihuahua, but neither would be my favorite, but I prefer small dogs to big dogs.
So should we circle Chihuahua?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want a Great Dane in my life at all. I'm sure they're nice dogs, but I don't want a Great Dane.
Big. They only
Big.
live to be like 6.
Big poops,
Big poops.
hard to clean up after.
Big dog bowls.
Yeah.
Big food.
Sure, everything's big. Because I have 2 little dogs.
What kind
One's I have a Shih Tzu who's about 15 pounds, little girl. And then I got my Yorkie Poo Baxter, who's 25 pounds. So you can still pick them up.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like when that Shih Tzu goes crazy, you got to just pick her up
Yeah.
and move her or put her somewhere or
Yeah.
do whatever you want to do with her. Because, if she was a big dog with her disposition, no one would want her.
Oh,
The size makes it a thing where,
Manageable.
I
Yeah.
can manage this thing.
Yeah.
Great Dane,
She
you
gets
gotta
you.
throw your body down.
Yeah,
on
like
it, man.
an angry-
body slam that bad boy.
Great Dane just seems like a bad time for
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
All right. Soup or salad?
Super
I just ask random questions.
soup.
Soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the weather.
I mean, I
cold
enjoy
out,
a
I want a
salad, but soup's all. I can always have soup.
I love soup.
I like. Yeah.
I
It doesn't
make
matter.
soup
July
all the time.
day, eating outside, I'll have soup. I don't care.
Dog park or comedy club? Because I know you like dogs. But I
I
know
do
you
like
comedy.
dogs, and we do like the dog park. Well, I think for pure fun, I'd probably just because I spend my job is in a comedy
your
club,
job's
So
there.
dog
so I
park.
think I'd rather have more. I'd have more fun at the dog
Yeah.
park most nights, even though comedy clubs are great.
Yeah.
Joel won't be going into work tomorrow. He'll be at Parkside.
Oh no, I'm going in.
He'll be at Parkside. Okay, I got a couple more. Boobs or butt?
Let's say boobs. I mean,
All the above?
Tag, undo a button. Make our guests comfortable. Make our guests comfortable. I'll stay seated.
boobs or
All
butts.
right. Oh, I kind of know the answer to this next one.
Okay.
Driver or passenger?
Oh, driver always. I'm almost to the point where I don't want anyone driving me ever.
Oh,
I'm almost
God.
to that. I'm almost Chuck Berry. That's a famous story about Chuck Berry. Do you know that?
No.
The story was nobody drives Chuck Berry. So Chuck Berry always drove himself to the gig.
Really?
Yeah, no one could drive Chuck.
Wow. He was a weird
He,
dude.
he was a weird guy. That's
Yeah.
what I'm turning into, a weird guy. But I'm almost to the point of like no one can drive me because I don't know if I don't trust people. I feel
Everybody
like
sucks.
I can't. I feel like I'm not in control if I'm not driving.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
Yeah.
when are we going to get there? Oh, this is taking forever. If I was driving, we'd get there faster. If I was driving, we'd be safer. If I was driving, I could deal with the bad weather. If I was, it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of that
You
stuff.
need a student
Control.
break on the passenger seat.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would be good, but and my wife's fine with that. My wife is fine letting me drive.
Cool.
Yeah, she's good.
I would rather just be the passenger. Okay, I got three more.
Okay.
Email or printed receipts?
Sometimes I feel like getting the printed receipt
I always get
makes
the
it
printed.
official.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the email thing, it's like, well, am I really getting this email?
Yeah.
Do I have to open my phone and check that the email just got
Right.
to me? Am I walking out of this place after spending all this money, not knowing if I can return it? Well, it's supposed to be emailed. Well, it wasn't. So maybe, whatever
There's
it
an
is.
issue. And
Yeah,
then
there's
you
a
get
thing where you
thinking
just
of
want
management.
it, and then I throw that receipt away. 18 months, 2 years
Yeah.
later, when I
Yeah.
find it somewhere, like, oh, I don't need this.
I hear you.
But,
Right.
I get it. It's like a peace of mind thing.
Yeah.
I do the both. I click both
Yeah.
option.
It's a lot of, you understand, it's a lot of mental stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of just making sure that I'm okay.
Yeah.
The receipt
Jesus.
makes me feel better. Well,
I'm going to the store with him unless he drives.
if you're going to interview comedians, you're going to get some mental issues
crap,
here.
sure.
And these, I think, are very minor,
Compared to others,
Well,
yeah.
we'll see. We're just getting
I
started.
know. See, this is my way of getting to know
Yeah,
you.
okay.
Merry-go-round or Ferris wheel?
The merry-go-round is the thing you spin at.
Should I
Yeah.
repeat that?
Well, no, I know what.
Merry-go-round, yeah, and the horses, you're going up and down. Ferris wheel. You're
Oh,
going
the
up.
Ferris wheel is that.
repeat that.
Me and my wife have this joke about every town we go to. If they have a big Ferris wheel, we will ride it.
Oh,
So that's
cool.
Chicago at Navy Pier. This is
Oh,
Niagara
wow.
Falls. Atlanta has one. I'm just talking about me and her have been
Yeah.
alone.
Do you rock the cart to scare?
Not really, but it's also like, I remember doing it and I said, well, or like we were watching something that took place in London, some show. And I go, they have the London Eye. And I was like, honey, we have to go to the London Eye because Ferris wheels are our thing. And she goes, do we really? I go, yeah, but you love these Ferris wheels. She goes, well,
It'd be fun to go.
I'm like, so we've been doing this thing as a thing that we both love. I think she thinks I love it. I think she loves it. And no one wants to, mess with the
Mess
other
with-
one.
yeah.
And meanwhile, neither of us
They're digging it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So maybe you should switch to merry-go-round.
I don't know.
All right, my final one.
Good point.
Belle Isle or Mackinac Island?
Ooh, well, I've been to Belle Isle more just because it's closer, right?
You're going to spend the afternoon.
I don't really want to go. Yeah.
You don't have to drive there. You can tell us.
Again, I feel like Belle Isle, at least I would find something fun to do.
Yeah.
or I would do nothing, and that would be enough.
Because Mackinac Island.
Because I feel like Mackinac Island, you got to do stuff.
Yeah,
You're
it smells
spending
like
money,
poop.
you're eating, you're drinking, you're getting ice cream, you're buying fudge,
Yeah.
you're riding on some carriage or something. I don't, that's a lot of. It's a bigger thing.
Well, and you go back, and it's like, I already did that.
Yeah,
you know,
once you've done it. I mean,
yeah.
we rode bikes around the whole island when I was like 12.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't ever want to do that again. I think I'm good. I think that's helped me.
Well, you'll go there if they have a Ferris wheel.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, so Joel Fragomeni
Yes.
likes his bagels while he sits in a hotel,
Yeah.
and he does a smear of smooth peanut butter on there, and he builds sandcastles with his chihuahua at the dog park. He likes soup, boobs, and he prefers to drive. His receipts must be printed. He loves Ferris wheels, and you'll find him on Belle Isle.
There you go.
That's Joel.
There we are. Thank you. That's me.
All right.
Know all you need to know right
Now
now.
the serious questions.
Exactly.
So Joel,
Yes, Peggy.
he got me my first paid gig.
I did.
Ooh.
All right.
Did you know that? Huh?
No.
Talk
I
about
don't
it.
even know this, even though because you were one of my comedy students.
Yeah.
I tried to help my comedy students out.
That was before. That was when I did my showcase with Bill
Oh, okay.
Bouchard.
Yeah.
And then you called. Oh gosh, I forgot her name. She was your girlfriend at the time. She did.
Oh, okay. Yes.
she
I know
did,
the comedian that I
yeah.
dated for a while. Yeah.
She did. She had like a group of women.
she did showcases.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he called her and said,
All female showcase. She was
yeah.
always on the lookout for funny
Yeah.
female comedians, and I saw you and went like,
I made $25.
"You're the one."
Had to
You
drive
go
like
get
a
it.
million miles, and it was awesome.
They were playing at Houghton.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of I always
Yeah, there you
remember
go.
that.
Well, that's great.
And then I took your class too.
Yeah. Okay.
I took your class twice. I
think so.
Yeah.
Well, you got out of comedy for
Yeah.
a while and then came back. and I
Came
think
back.
since you've come back,
Yeah. I haven't
it's
stopped.
been all good. It's been all up.
Yeah.
All
It's been
ups.
good.
I mean, maybe
Thanks to
there's
you.
downs, but listen, I do my best. That's my favorite thing that I do is teach comedy class.
And you're good
That's
at
number
it.
one. Thank you.
So-
Because I really put a lot of effort into it. And
You
I
do.
I think people think it's easy to teach a comedy class, but I think it's hard to. I think it's hard to do it well. I think anyone can do it, but I also feel like the people have to feel like they're getting something. You're only as good as people think you are, even if you're really trying.
Right.
Yeah.
If the students think like this isn't working for me or this person's giving me advice that's not good, then I haven't really done my job.
And I think people forget that you do stand up and you're funny.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Because I saw you at Ridley's doing I forgot the show.
Yeah.
But I haven't, I've
Sure.
seen you at open
I don't perform
mics.
all that
Right.
much. Yeah, I don't
And
perform
you
as
were
much as I
so
used to.
funny. I'm like,
Well,
holy shit.
I mean, I
he's-
did 300 shows a year when I
Yeah.
was just a touring, opening act, a feature or whatever on the road, and I was doing,
Yeah,
5
you're
shows a
so
week in a
good.
club, and then 2 or 3 open mics on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And I was really working these really hard schedules at stand up, and I got good at it, obviously, but
Yeah.
it also became a reality of bought a home. How am I paying for that house?
Right,
Can I
yeah.
live on? Because comedy, and you've been around long
Yeah.
enough, right? It has ups and downs. The economy is very,
Yeah.
when people don't have money,
It's the first thing
the first thing that goes is, do you want to go to comedy? Okay, so the bar that was running the comedy show, and maybe they've run comedy shows in there for years. Well, we don't have, the last one, we didn't have a big turnout. We can't afford to have this next show.
Yeah.
And, I was getting calls, on Monday, I'd get a call, those weekend shows, they're not happening this weekend.
Oh.
And, that was my job. That was my only job for a long time was
That's a
stand-up
lot
comedy.
of money lost.
And so when you're finding out on Monday you don't have a gig on the weekend, and it's like, well, I got to pay my bills. Those
You
are
can't
still
pick
due.
up a last
And
minute
so
gig.
working for the Comedy Castle was a real opportunity for me to say, I can stay home. I know I'm going to work. I know I'm going to get these things. I'm still in comedy. I can still do comedy. And that led to teaching the class. And now that's
Yeah.
been more of my thing than gigs. I have a gig coming up, but that's
Where's that
rare. Sal and Bob show.
Oh, nice.
You've done Sal and Bob in Northville?
I have.
Yeah. Janetti's Hole in the Wall.
Yeah.
June 18 is the day.
Go
for
see
that.
him.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Joel's funny.
And they do a real, it's not even a typical, headliner type. It's a bunch of us all doing shorter sets,
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes, and
Yeah.
nice place, too. So
what made you decide to do this?
to do that one?
Yeah.
They're my friends. I mean,
Oh,
they're some of
okay.
my oldest friends.
Yeah.
And I always, and I will sort of say, I can take the night off for this. because they're going to pay me
pay
too,
you.
and
Yeah,
I'm still
right.
making money, and they're my friends, and I don't have to travel too far because that's a grind too.
Yeah.
We've all
Sure
done,
is.
you do these gigs, and, I used to do UP in the winter. I used to do, I did 2 weeks in Florida.
Yeah.
I made $75 a night in Florida.
Oh my
shit.
God.
And I did 2 weeks in Florida for $75 a night.
Where did you stay?
And well, the clubs
car?
provided. Well, the clubs provided a room
okay.
on the night of the show, but there were off nights, and I would have to get a cheap hotel somewhere. And I did that just to pay your dues and a little kind of
you
paid
do.
vacation for us. Just hanging out.
Well, Thursday we're driving 4 hours to Ohio.
So, I'm glad I don't do that. I don't miss that part of stand-up comedy either. So it's just a matter of, you got to be fulfilled. And it was hard for me to enjoy comedy when I knew I was going broke doing it.
Yeah.
And that was the thing.
No,
and
I
I think
do.
all comedians have to make that assessment for themselves.
Yeah.
Is this worth giving up whatever else in your life that you might be or is my way of living what I want it to be?
Yeah. No,
You
It's
know.
you're
a
right.
hard way to
It
make a
is.
living.
Right. And you have to make that decision. And a lot of comedians are like, well, this guy, he quit. Well, it must not have been very good or whatever. But it's like,
That's
well,
not true.
it's you can be great and, have nothing and at the end of it. And,
It's true.
so I feel like I can have both now,
Yeah.
Which is great.
It is cool.
which is great.
Also, you do the Mark Ridley's podcast.
Yeah, Comedy Castle Podcast at comedycastlepodcast.com.
I just listened
Wherever
to
you
you
get
and
podcasts.
Josh. It was good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't know that you are one of the original podcasters.
Yes, I am and this is documented, and now
Yeah.
I know how you document. The first professional stand-up comedian that ever did a podcast was me.
Is that cool?
My partner Corey Hall, the
Yeah.
late great Corey Hall,
Yeah.
was my partner on that. We started the Corey and Joel radio show as a way to get on the radio,
Yeah.
which was sort of our goal. And I said, well, there's this new thing called podcast. It had been around for 5 or 6 months. And because I'm sort of a tech guy, I'm plugged into that world.
Yeah.
I realized people were doing this and getting shows that you could put onto an iPad or listen on your computer. And I said, let's get some gear and try this. And there were people making funny shows, but they weren't comics. But they were people who thought they were funny. Like they'd be a couple who thought they were funny.
Yeah.
Whatever. They weren't really working comedians.
Right.
So we were the first ones to do that.
Oh, that's cool.
And that
You
was
can
in,
still hear them.
yeah, March of 2005, so 21 years ago.
Yeah.
We started that, and then it's funny too because if people go, well, no, the first comedian ever did a podcast. There's a guy named Jimmy Pardo who's awesome. He has his Never Not Funny podcast still around. Jimmy is the guy that a lot of people credit as the first stand-up comedian to do a podcast. But here's a little trivia. Jimmy Pardo was a friend of mine who I opened for on the road, and I had worked with Jimmy. And actually, the money I got from working with Jimmy at the Comedy Castle is what I bought the podcast gear with. And then a year later, Jimmy came back to town, and I invited him on our show to be a guest, because I was sort of like, I owe him a little bit because I had his weekend, bought the gear the next day, and then he came on our show, and he went back to LA, and he called me, and he goes, Joel, I want to do this podcast thing. I thought that was really cool. How do I do that? And I gave him a couple pointers, get him started, and now the guy's, a legend. And me, I'm on this show. So,
And you're in Troy, Michigan. Ladies and
no
gentlemen.
offense to you guys,
No,
but...
it's fine. This isn't.
But so that is
true.
but I mean, it's a trivia note. I get that.
Yeah.
But, I've also been doing it for so long that people go, oh, you're really good. When people listen to Comedy Castle podcast, they're like, oh, you're so good. You do interviews and it sounds nice and you make it.
It is
And I'm
good.
like, yeah, well, and that's because I've been doing it for 21 years,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's another great thing I get to do as part of the club.
You
is
get
interview
all the
the
headliners.
comics and interview Jeff Garland from Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was awesome. It was a show
Yeah.
I loved.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Here's the coolest interview I did. I know it's not a question of yours, but I just want to plug it because I think it's a funny thing and it's
Yeah.
an honest answer of all the people I've had on. The interview that I probably put the most into and that I think turned out really great was Yakov Smirnoff.
Oh, wow.
That name.
From the
I think
80s.
I heard that.
What a country, Yakov Smirnoff. Because I loved him when I was a kid. When I was a little kid, he was around.
Yeah.
And he was a big deal.
He was,
And when
right.
I got a chance to talk to him, I was like, I'm going to do the best Yakov Smirnoff interview ever.
And
And
you
I
did.
think I did that.
Oh, that's cool.
And I think he appreciated it too. Because
That's
then, you know, what it is,
gratifying.
I do these interviews and then the guys come to town.
Yeah.
Because we do them on the phone or whatever.
Right.
And then they come to town, and if it went really well, then I have this little bond with these people. Because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I did this great interview. And they like see them. They don't all like them, you know, some of them. You know, but,
yeah.
But when they like them, you sort of become their friend in some way.
And
So
plus,
that's
you
it.
like T.J. Miller.
Yeah, TJ Miller's great.
Yeah.
I've talked to him 5 times, something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I love TJ. He's a wild guy.
I
He's
know,
out
and you
there.
could tell like he's.
He's different.
Yeah. Like the interview, you can hear he's moving around. In
Oh
the
yeah,
room.
he's always up to something when you call TJ. It's
You hear
never
ice clinking.
It's
Yeah.
chaos. And when he works at the Comedy Castle, it is the hardest week of the year because it's chaos.
Is there
There's
really?
always something going on with TJ Miller. There's always something with the food's arriving at 8. You need to go pick it up. Here's $50. The guy's going to come. Make sure to tip him. Oh, and then I got some pizzas for the staff. Make sure they get it. And then you got to come out, and I'm selling peanut butter in the lobby after the show. You got to make sure those boxes are. It's just always something.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
And I have a
It's
doctor's
amazing.
appointment you have to take me to.
he's always up to something, man.
Yeah.
He's kind of a legend that way. But he's very entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his comedy.
Yeah. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sort of, I think he wants to do more stand-up now.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he doesn't play well with others.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard. Right.
Do it
Him
by
and
yourself.
Ryan.
Stand up by
What's-
yourself.
Who's the Ryan, the cute guy that's now
Oh,
always-
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah,
Yeah,
The
so it
Deadpool
sounds
guy. He was in
like,
the Deadpool movies until he wasn't.
It sounds like TJ might have been on the right end of that one.
You know, I don't really know. I mean,
Because Ryan Reynolds sounds like a little bit of a whack job.
I've heard.
Sorry, Ryan. I know
Yeah,
you're
Ryan.
watching.
Yeah, Ryan. Ryan Reynolds, the funniest man in America. Ryan Reynolds. I don't know. Those Deadpool movies are okay. They don't do.
I
enough.
don't even remember.
Do you, as comedians, as funny people, do you guys still enjoy comedy? Like when you get, or do you feel like a lot of things are just dumb?
Oh, I go to
Yeah.
shows all the time. I'm a fan. I
You're
go
a
to
fan.
a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I do notice that I don't laugh as hard as
Yeah,
I
I think that's true because
It's
people
kind of a
say that about
bummer.
me too. Yeah, you sort of go
Yeah,
and you
you
watch
know.
it and you go,
Well, especially when you see your friends that you've seen a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Sure.
I could say her bit word
Yeah.
for word.
Right.
right.
And I still laugh at you.
Yeah.
Or you know something like, if I see a comedian, sometimes like I know this is good, but I'm also not
Not
laughing
laughing.
in it
That
because
kinda
it
bugs me.
becomes of sort of because I think you start to see the craft of a comedian
Yeah.
as they're performing. And you're sort of hearing how the jokes are laid out and going, okay, this is really good. Or sometimes you see the punchlines coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
And then
Or
you
you
go,
know it's
okay.
not true, and it's like, oh.
That too. I mean, you know, so there's all those sort of little things with comedy and even movies where I just go, you know, I've seen this has been done a million
This
times.
romantic
or
comedy.
They
has
may,
been
oh
done.
yeah, the romantic comedies or even like Marvel movies where the jokes are really obvious.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Do people still, I mean, like the first time you see that humor, it was great.
Yeah.
And then they've made 50 of those.
So is Kathy Manigan coming back?
She just played Royal Oak Music Theater,
That's
so
what
she
I
won't be at our club anytime soon.
But you know,
But
Mark Norman
Mark Norman, yeah.
was, I'm a big fan,
Sure.
so I listened to his podcast, and he talked about doing the Royal Oak Theater.
Yeah.
And he liked Mark Ridley's
Yeah, that is
way
true.
better.
And Mark
I
Norman
sent-
is returning to our club at the end of June.
I sent
Yeah.
it to Bill, and I go, I don't know if you heard this, but I thought this is what he said.
Yeah.
So
Well-
you could thank me, not Bill.
Well, no,
for
well,
him.
that's fine. And I think a lot of performers will tell you that. And I've talked to them, like, why don't you do theaters? You sold out our club, and
Yeah.
it's 5 shows. You could do this in 2 shows over down the street. And they prefer to play in a club. They just like the intimacy
Intimate,
of the audience.
small. Yeah.
They like
People are right in front of you.
They do, and I think some people just would rather do that and have a smaller, more intimate thing than.
Well, especially at your club. Jesus.
Well, yeah, the Comedy
awesome.
Castle is a pretty special
Yeah.
place to see a show, and I think clubs are better anyway. I think for music, smaller venues
Yeah,
are better.
musicians like doing that,
anyway.
too. Smaller
Yeah,
clubs
I
are
mean,
better.
so but if you've ever seen, and I'll fire off some rounds. Royal Oak Music Theater is a lousy place to see comedy.
It sure is.
You're sitting in
I
a
saw
folding
Nate
chair.
Bargatze
Yeah,
there,
and it's
it was
just
terrible.
not. There's no table service. You're sitting in a
Right.
folding chair. There's always a giant line to get into.
And it's
You're
just-
going through the
yeah.
security
Yeah, I hate no table
metal
service.
detectors, and then you get in there, and there's really nowhere to stand out or hang
Right.
around because it's so crowded in there.
I
and
totally
you know,
agree.
if you see music at the Royal Oak Music Theater, I think it's actually not a bad place to
Yeah.
watch a show, especially if it's standing and you can
Yeah,
get a little space.
yeah.
But for comedy, you come to the Comedy Castle because people go to Royal Oak. Yeah, it's more seats and
Yeah.
but you know your ticket price goes through the roof when you go to a larger venue.
Goes through many
and,
hands.
and I've seen really good comedy at Pine Knob. I've seen really good comedy at the Fox. But there's just something about seeing somebody in a club where that's always better.
It always is.
At a comedy club, yeah.
And look, David Tell, how generous
David Tell
he
was just there. Yeah, it was amazing.
He had like
I was
comedy
there.
guest spots.
He had a lot of guest spots. He had so many guest spots. My dog was a guest on stage. Were you there for that show?
No,
You didn't
but
see
I heard.
Baxter?
No.
Baxter was at the show. My Yorkie poo.
How'd he do?
He did great. He was really good.
He said it was rough.
I didn't bring the other. There you go. I didn't bring the other dog. The other dog would not have handled the whole thing. But Dave wanted to hang out with the dog, and he knew I had dogs.
So you're not kidding?
No, my dog was
oh,
on
your
stage
dog
with
was
Dave
at the
Attell.
show.
I thought
My
you were
dog
kidding.
was on stage with Dave Attell.
Oh, how
that.
cool!
Isn't that cool? Because Dave loves dogs. He found out I had dogs. He said, "Why don't you bring your dog?" I said, "Okay, I'll bring my good dog.
Yeah.
The one I thought that would behave."
Yeah.
And my dog hung out with Dave in the green room. I was
man.
working, so he was hanging out with the other comics. And then Dave said, "Bring the dog out at the end." When all the other comics went out, the dog went on stage. And,
Did he bark?
No, he was cool. So I brought him because I knew he wouldn't bark. But yeah,
That's
he was really cool.
awesome.
My dog Baxter was on stage with Dave. But Dave's really great like that. He likes to share the stage with everybody. And those comics, Kate Doré, I'm going to point her out because she took care of Baxter when I couldn't.
Yeah, she
When
was,
she's
I
working.
heard she did really
Yeah,
well.
and she did a great
Yeah.
job opening. She's one of my
Yeah.
students, too, that
Yeah.
I'm really proud of.
I like
I
her.
love seeing my students
Yeah.
get that big gig
Shine,
and
yeah.
get that opportunity. It makes me really proud.
Well, we've got about a minute left.
A minute left.
Is that crazy?
Isn't that wild? We've
know,
answered
I'm
none
not
of
even-
Peggy's questions.
I know. Do you want to fire them off for like?
Come on, Peggy. Let's do a speed round.
One good one.
Well, they're all long ones. I was going to ask if you take what gig you would take. Like, what would bring you back?
A lot of money, but
Yeah.
not even that. It's just got to be convenient for me at this point.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in leaving my house and my family for 3 weeks to go
Yeah.
on some giant thing. If I don't, the other thing is that if I don't get it, I'm fine. I don't care. I'm not jealous of other comedians.
Yeah.
Get those gigs. I hope they go well. If they don't, maybe I would have done great there. Maybe I wouldn't. But
Well, maybe you'll be lucky enough to see Joel Fragomeni.
Yes, please do.
Thank you for being our guest
Thank you,
today.
yeah.
It was
And
very fun.
it was great
PB and
talking
Jokes
to you.
Comedy Spotlight number 11.
yeah.
And,
Take his class.
Yeah,
Take
my
his class.
June 13th is the next one at the Comedy Castle.
It's worth it.
Woo!
Comedy
Thank you,
Castle.com.
everyone.